Hey y'all, my name is Sarah, and this is my Flosstube Sarah Stitches. This is my cross stitch. This is my channel about cross stitch, and I also like to talk about books. And so, in time to time, I throw in other little things that I like to, because I have other little crafts that I like to paint some, and so I will throw those in from time to time. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for taking time out of your day or evening or whenever it is that you're watching. Um, for watching my channel and commenting and subscribing, and because y'all, I've just really enjoyed this, and getting to know people that have the same interest as me. I don't have anybody to stitch with in person, and so it's just been a real fun journey. Um, so how's everybody been? It's been several weeks since I filmed, and it's been kind of hectic. Not yeah, a little bit, I guess you could say. My daughter, about 2 weeks ago, my daughter had to have surgery on her hip. It was a old softball injury. So I was up in Northeast Arkansas with her for about 5 days, just, helping her out and, just doing typical things that, you do to help out. I was cooking and cleaning and doing her laundry and things like that. And she's doing very good. She's recovering very quick and very good from her surgery. Matter of fact, she goes to see her surgeon tomorrow. And she'll kind of get more of a time frame about how much longer she's going to be need off or and be on crutches and that type deal. But those first couple of days, she was first couple of weeks, first week or two, very limited on moving around. She had to make sure she kept her legs straight. She could not bend over, and still can't bend over from the hip, but from the waist, that would cause any movement within that hip. But she's doing really good. Like I said, I was up there. She lives in Northeast Arkansas, and it's not too far from Melanie from Mel Stitching with Mel. And I was real excited. I just knew I was going to get to meet up with her, but she only had one day that she could meet up, and unfortunately that was not a day that was good for us. And I thought it was, but it just didn't. Her fiance had a lot of football stuff that day, and I couldn't leave Morgan there by herself. And so but maybe next time I'm sure I'll be up there again. I was real excited though. I was looking forward to actually meeting her in person. But anyway, I brought her dog, who is Kylo, back with us. We've had him for about 2 weeks, and they came in this weekend and took him back with them. She's kind of gotten now where she can get up and down a lot easier and can manage him a whole lot better. So we've had that going on, and then I missed several days of work and just kind of getting caught up at work and all that goes along with being off, and so, but I am not as tired. I think I finally got my body back used to this kind of work, and because I don't know if anybody that watches this has ever worked in a school office, and I'm in the main office. I'm in the principal's office, so I see everything that goes on, and it can be very hectic, especially in the afternoons. A lot of afternoons I just had to put work aside because that's when a lot of kids get checked out, and just a lot of things start picking up and going on in the afternoons. And so yeah, some mornings I do go in early the next morning so that I can get some things done. But yeah, I feel like I'm finally getting back into that groove. And so, but I guess that's really it. It was just, I just, kind of getting things settled here after being gone for so long. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I don't know if I said that or not, but I do have quite a bit to show this week. I've got 2 FFOs, and I've got some whips, so we'll just move on to that. Oh, real quick though, before I here, let me get this. I've got my notes here. I do want to mention a new floss tuber that I found through Crystal Rowe. Her name is Southern Yankee Stitcher, and she's from out of Virginia, but she used to live in Maryland, I believe. So that's where the Yankee part comes in. But I really enjoy her channel. Yeah, Crystal Rowe had shouted her out, so I went over to watch her, and we have so much in common. I was just, the whole time I'm watching her videos, I was like, oh wow, we got this, this, and this. And she works in a school office, and she also, like me, just recently, back in 2019, got back into cross stitch. And there was something else, I can't remember now. But her mother has dementia also. And so, I just, when I watch her videos, I feel like, we've got so much. Then she told me in a comment that her husband is also a disabled veteran like mine. And so, you're just like, oh wow. And it's, I enjoy her videos. She's very talented. She's one of these that can make charts her own by changing the colors and the designs of it, or however. I know in a couple of videos she's kind of made up her own charts using different motifs out of different things, and I just find that really neat. I can't do that. I don't even know where to begin. And I think I'm getting better with my color changes, but I still feel like I've got a long way to go. But yes, y'all need to go over and watch her videos. She's in the under 1,000 club, so yeah, go give her a watch. I think you'll enjoy her. So I will, with that, I will move on now to my FFOs. My first one is, oops, it's right here. I finished my September Truck and Alone Truck by Stitching with the Housewives, and this is my finish on it. This is stitched on 14 count chalkboard Ada or Witchell, and I just mounted it on some sticky board, and I've got a little orange gingham fabric behind it. And then I also have, where's my little, oh here it is. I found this little pillow. I'm starting to get out my fall stuff. I kind of got behind in it because when I got back from my daughter's, I had to, I just playing catch up with everything. It just took me a while. So, but I am starting to get it out because I love to decorate for fall. But I thought this little pillow right here, because the tracks kind of match, I think. And so I got this little pillow last year at Dollar General for like $1. And it looks cute. It's kind of hard to tell here. And this is just a pumpkin that came in a little 6-pack from Dollar Tree. And I painted it and tied on. So I'm real pleased with it. I think it looks really good. And so that's my first FFO. And I've just got, well, let's see real quick. I just got burlap and, oh, what's this stuff called? It just left me. It's like the straws, raffia. I've just got raffia stuck around my picks and leaves. So, yeah. So that's my first FFO. And my second one, I'm so happy with this one. I just love it. And I want to tell you this before I start this. I was one of these that never decorated for Halloween before I started cross stitching. Is anybody else like that? That there's certain holidays, seasons that you just really didn't decorate for until you started cross stitching, and then you see all these things that are so cute and you want to stitch them and display them. And that's how I was with Halloween. And also with the 4th of July. Now my husband, we have a flag because my husband's military, and he has a flag flying off of his shop. But as far as stuff here in the house, I didn't really put a lot out. But anyway, but now since I've started cross stitching, I'm decorating for more seasons, and then the seasons I did decorate for, I'm buying more. But anyway, this is my finish, and it was the Brenda Gervais out of oh goodness, the Jubilee. What was it called? I've left the book in another room. But Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, that's it. And this is my finish. And I just love it. This first of all, my husband last year had cut out they're witches' hats. And I had painted it and distressed it. And then I wrapped raffia around the bottom, and I just used some burlap, orange burlap, and just the natural color. And then I don't know if you can see, but I've got a little black and white polka dot And then I painted these little pieces. They look like little pieces of wood. And I painted it orange and I wrote spooky in it. And so I had it displayed last year. Well, when I saw this chart in that booklet, that Jubilee booklet, I was like, oh, I think that'll be so cute on my hat. And y'all, it did. It turned out so cute. This is stitched on 32 count Ren by Picture This Plus. And it's a linen. And then I've just got it on the sticky board with the orange gingham and a black gingham behind it. And I just love it. I think it's so cute. And I also, this time, I used those finishing dots that I had gotten from Fat Quarter Shop in the Hello Summer. They had sent out with their Stitch Quarterly. It was their summertime Stitch Quarterly, and they sent the pack of I call them little finishing dots. They also remind me, I used to scrapbook, and they remind me of things that we used to secure pictures down and scrapbooking. And so I used those to put my stitching on the backing boards and stuff, you know, instead of hot glue. And then I've just got the little sticky dot holding my piece on here, and it's holding real good. But this is my finish, and I'm just super pleased with it. I think it is, I'm very, very happy with it. So those are my 2 FFOs. I will now go on into my whips. And let's see. The first one that I'll pull out, this is the latest one I've been working on, is Stitching with the Housewives Trick or Treat. And this is the chart. That's what she looks like. And I don't think I'm going to get this one finished this year. So, I mean, I might stitch on it a little bit more, but I just don't see myself getting it finished because I'm a slow stitcher. But I have made quite a bit of progress since the last time y'all saw it. I got the shirt done, and I have started on her dress. And so it's real cute, and I enjoy stitching it. I was just really hoping I would get it finished, but you know, I'm gonna be realistic about it. I don't think I'm gonna get it finished, and that's fine. I can just work on it. I think at the beginning of the year I might do that rotation where what is it? Is it Witchy Wednesday, Santa Sunday, or you know, they do those, and that might help. I don't know, but then sometimes I enjoy stitching them, and I want to stitch them for more than one day. So, but you know, it's fine. So that was that whip, and I those were whips too that so I do have a new start. I had, and I didn't bring it in here. I got I do too. Let me show you this. I had found this at Michael's, and it's this little you know, it's like the little cauldron with the witch's legs coming out of it. And I was like, I want something cute to stitch on this, and I felt like this needed something kind of whimsical. And so I found on Etsy, it's from Sugar Stitches, and this is what I bought to stitch to put on that. I thought that was really cute. And I'm stitching it in just what I have, you know, closest to it. If I had it, I pulled it. If I didn't, I just substitute it for something that was real close to it. But I'm stitching this one on 28 count Lugana Peony from the Stitch Me. And this is my start. I thought it would be cute to do it on a purplish fabric. And so far I'm really happy with it. I think I'm gonna really like it. I don't know if you can tell, I got the green in it up here at the top. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. But this is my progress on it. And I think this one is going to be a quick stitch. And I think I'll have it finished by Halloween. But that'll be, I don't think after that, I don't know. I might start another Halloween. I'm not sure. They're fun for me to stitch on. And so, but this one I thought was really cute. Then I've also, this is my lunchtime stitch. And I'm really kind of impressed with what I've done on it. You know, there was like that, like I said, several days that I was gone that I didn't work on it. And then there was a couple of days last week that I had to run some errands. And so I wasn't there for lunch. I stepped out of the office. But for the amount of time I stitch on it, which if I get to stitch on it for lunch, most times about 30 minutes, maybe 40. But this is what I've done. Oh, here, hold on just a minute. Hold on. I need to get me a needle minder to put on here. Okay, this is my progress right here. I've gotten this whole branch here done, and I've started on this branch. So I'm really kind of, I'm a little impressed with myself for what I've gotten done. And, it's just been working on a little bit during lunch. That this is what I was able to accomplish. So this will go back with me tomorrow. And I know there's 2 days this week that I won't be able to work on it. But the rest of the week I should. And so yeah, I'm just real excited that I'm making some progress on it. And this is the Temperature Tree by, let's see, hold on, here it is, by Stitching Mommy. She's on Etsy. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I was, so that's my lunchtime stitch. And that's really all that I worked on. I did, let me see. Okay, I'm not going to hunt for it because it's not that much. I did work a little bit when I was at my daughter's house on stitching with the housewives. Once upon a time. What's that called? It's their newest one, the Christmas one that has all the houses. I keep wanting to call it. It's is it up on the? Anyway, I can't believe it just completely left my mind. Anyway, I'll think of it anyway. And I know, if y'all watched a lot of Flosstube, y'all have seen it. But it's the one that's got the reindeer flying, and it's got the little houses underneath it. And I worked on it some. But I didn't work. I took a bunch of cross stitch with me, thinking I was going to be able to get a whole bunch done. But I didn't get near what I thought I was going to get done. But it's all right. So that's all my cross stitch that I worked on this week. I do have a little bit of a haul, and I did dye some fabric. So I will show that. My first haul piece that I got, and I talked about this in my last video that I was going to have to get one of these, and I did. I got the This Is Halloween by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I just thought this is so cute. And if y'all have never stitched any of their charts, they are very well charted. And then if you get the paper version, they're on cardstock, and they're big inside. The chart's real big. It's in color, very easy to read. I really like their charts. But this is the one that I got from them. And then I had gotten this idea from Mandy at Homegrown and Homemade and Homegrown. I'll link her channel below. She's from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is not but just maybe 3 hours from me. But she had talked about she was going to stitch this Prairie Schooler. She got the Christmas alphabet. This is it. And she was going to I think first one she did Noel. And she put them on little blocks and painted the blocks red, and they're really cute. And I just love that idea. And so I bought the chart, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't know, but this is really cute too, how they have it in pillows and made it kind of like a garland. But you can make, you can do like peace or joy, believe, anything, and just make your little wooden blocks. And so I just love that idea. So I had to buy the chart. And then also I had seen some needle minders that I wanted to get. And the first one I'm just going, because I got them from Mad About Needle Minders on Etsy. And is that it? Mad 4 Needle Minders, is that's the name. But I got, here, I'm going to take this off of here. The first one I got is the one that looks like a little library card. And this brings back memories to me of checking out books in the school library or at the our city library, because you had to fill, your librarian had that stamp, and she'd stamp the date, and you would write your name in on the card and all that. And so I love that. And then the second one I got was Little House on the Prairie. There you go. This is one of my all-time favorite book series and television series. I still watch it because they're on reruns on lots of channels, and I still watch them and enjoy them just like I did the first 10 times I've watched them. But anyway, so I got those needle minders. I thought they were really cute. And then I dyed some fabric. I had seen a couple people on Flosstube that had dyed some fabric similar to this, and I really liked it, and so I kind of got my own version, and I hope it comes across good. Sometimes I don't ever know about my lighting, but oh yeah, that's coming across real good. This is, I used taupe is the base color, and then for my modeling it's apple green and charcoal gray. And the first time I did it, I thought I had it dark enough and liked how it looked. But when it dried overnight, of course, they lighten up a whole lot. And so I was like, I don't know. So I went back and I redone it. And I was scared then that I had it too dark because it was dark. But it dried a very good color. I'm very happy with the product that I got from it. And I don't know, the green is not, every once in a while you get a little bit of green, but it's not very much at all. But yeah, I really like this, and I've got some things already in mind that I want to stitch on it. And this is 28 count. I think just some that I had got at Hobby Lobby. It's a 28 count though, and it was white before I dyed it, and so. So that's all that I've got for cross stitch. I do want to show this though. I had, back right after my mom passed, we had gone back to her house, and I had gone through some closets that I had just not gone through before. And I had found in the back of one of those closets this little ceramic piece. Okay. And okay, I gotta tell you the story though. My back when I was in elementary school, I had spent the night with a good friend of mine, and that morning we got up, was a Saturday, and this girl did ceramics, and I don't think I didn't know much about ceramics, and but I went with her, and we had a little ceramic store here in where I live, and so I guess I had done a piece, and for some reason I'm thinking the next week it needed to be picked up. And so my nanny, and that's my mother's mother, I called her Nanny. She had 6 grandkids, and we called her Nanny. But she took me for whatever reason. I can't remember why it was her, not my mother. Maybe she just wanted to, I'm not sure. But anyway, she took me back to get it. Well, she gets in that shop, and she gets interested in it. And so me and my nanny painted ceramics together for years. She even had her my grandfather built her a little, actually was a storage shed that he turned into a little shop for her, had electricity run out there to it. It was not big. It was not big at all. Matter of fact, 2 people, you get 3 people in there, and it was very crowded. But she had some friends of hers that would come over and do the ceramics, and she had paints and all that. And so it was just a very good time for me. And I think what happened was her health. She started having health problems. And I'm thinking that might have been about the time too that my grandfather had his stroke. I'm not sure. but anyway, and then too, I got older and got other interests also. But we painted numerous pieces. But this is one, and I don't know if she painted it or if I painted it. But it's a little jack-o'-lantern on a haystack, and I've kind of doctored him up. He was filthy dirty. He had been up, I guess when my mother got him out of and put him in the closet, he'd been cleaned up a little bit. But he'd been up in a barn, in the barn. And when I say the barn, they're real barns because my grandfather boarded horses. And so these were, my parents sometimes would box things up and put in stalls that were or the little feed tack rooms in the barns because, he had quit, at this point, had quit knitting 2 barns. And so it kind of became a storage area in a little bit. And so this probably was in a box with that because y'all had wasp nest up in it and everything. So I've cleaned it up and doctored it up. And I think he's cute. Now, I don't know. At first, I'm going to be honest with you. At first, it kind of creeped me out a little bit. And I think it's just that mouth. But I don't care. This was sentimental to me. My grandmother painted it, I think. I don't know if I painted it or she did. But I think he will be very cute up in my my Halloween decor that I put out this year. And so, and I can also, I've got a little battery pack of lights that I can put down here in the bottom, and he lights up, and he looks a lot better when he lights up. Anyway, but this is him. This is just a jack-o'-lantern. But this is one of them. I do have some Christmas ones that I'll show that we did, and but she did a nativity scene that was in it wasn't a scene, it was baby Jesus, Joseph and Mary, and they were big. They're probably about this tall each, something like this. And my mother's church, it's church I grew up into, they had them on display. They would display them every Christmas. And then when after my daddy passed, and then my mother got real sick with the dementia, and then also the church had to close their doors because they just got too small. Really, just couldn't keep going. I think they dwindled down to just a handful of members. Anyway, they called me and asked me if I, to come get that nativity scene. And so I've got it now, and I put it out every year. But, so yeah, I wanted to show that because, it's just kind of a good memory of mine. And also, I found my mother's crochet hooks. My mother crocheted. And matter of fact, this Afghan back here is one that she crocheted years ago. And I can remember this being on the back of our couch growing up. And it was in a cedar chest in her house. And I took it out and I brought it home. But I found her crochet hooks because my grandmother also, my nana crocheted also. And so they had taught me when I was a kid, but I think really all I did was the chain. I probably had a 10-mile long chain, but anyway. So I've been watching videos, and I want to start crocheting again. And this is what I've gotten done. But I have seen the cutest little crocheted pumpkins. And when I watch the videos, they don't look hard. It doesn't look like you have to be a very experienced at crochet to be able to make them. So that's going to be one of my goals, is to make some crocheted pumpkins. And but it's been fun. It took a little bit to learn to remember how to hold the hook and the yarn around your finger. But once I got it comfortable and remembered what I was doing, it started coming back. But yeah, I'm excited about this, and make me some pumpkins. So we'll see. Hopefully they turn out cute. But that's all any crafty cross stitch stuff I have. I do want to mention I did finish. I finally finished Jan Karen at Home at Midford, and I love this book. Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite books. It is so well written. You really get to know the characters, and you fall in love with these characters in this book. And I can't wait to get book 2. from all my comments, everybody that's been commenting on my videos, they've already read this, and everybody will say, "Oh, I just love this series. I love this series." So I feel like I'm the last one to read this. And here's the sad thing, but it's okay. My mother had read this years ago, but my kids were in elementary, maybe junior high, and I was working full time. My husband at that point was working shift work full time. And they were involved in all kinds of activities, and I wasn't reading anything. And she was after me. She said, "Oh, Sarah, you got to read this. You got to read this series. It is so good." And I was like, okay, and not really wanting. In that point in my life, it just did not strike an interest to me. And now I regret it, because now I think, oh, my mother would have loved discussing this book with me. We would have had some good discussions, but I hope she knows that I'm reading it and enjoying it. And like I said before, I have her little, wasn't a journal. She wasn't a journaler, but she kept a list, all her books that she read. And so I have that, that I can go back and look at. But this is, you follow Father Tim. He is a rector, and it's just in a church. And it's just about his daily life and the people that come in his life through church or neighbors and things like that, and about how they change his life. So in this book, at the end of this book, he is left to go on a much needed vacation. So I'm anxious to see where book 2 starts, and I'm very excited about it. But I've had to order that book. So because I do want to get the series. I want to keep these actual physical books and keep the series. My mother had checked them out through the library. But I have started 9 Perfect Strangers by Lainey Moretti, if I'm saying that right. This is my next start. And so far, I'm not far in it alone. I'm not far at all on it. I'm on page 10, so that's how far I've gotten. I tried to read last night, but I was falling asleep. But it definitely, the first chapter has caught my interest, I will say that. But this is about 9 people gather at a remote health resort. Some are here to lose weight, some are here to get a reboot on life, some are here for reasons they can't even admit to themselves. Amid all the luxury and pampering, the mindfulness and meditation, they know these 10 days might involve some real work. But none of them could imagine just how challenging the next 10 days will be. And you're following, it looks like, Frances Welty, a former best-selling romantic novelist. And I'm just going to kind of skip through here. But it just, I think she starts seeing things that are going on, and she's asking questions. And but it just sounds really good. I think it's going to be kind of a thriller type suspense, maybe not really a thriller, but a suspense. So, but like I said, I'm only on page 10, but I will say this: the first chapter did catch my interest. So, that's the one I'm reading now. So that's it. That's all I got to talk about this week. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'm going to try to get back, hopefully now that things are kind of settling down some, back on a more routine, so to speak. The problem I have a lot of times is I did film one last week. I filmed a video last week, but I could never get it to load. And it would always have an error. I would leave it loading during the day when I was gone, or I'd come back, there'd be an error or just something. So I finally just gave up on it and said, okay, you just film another one this weekend. So I don't know. I've talked to a few other people that do Flosstubes, and I know there is one other lady, her videos take a long time to load. But I've talked to several that an hour, 2 hours at the most is all it takes for their videos to load. Mine will take on a good day, a whole day, 24 hours. That's fast, 24 hours for me. And so, I don't know if I just got really sorry internet out where I live or what. Don't notice it until I go to load a video. But anyway, I do want to try to get back more on a regular schedule with this. But I hope everybody has a great week, and I will just see you at my next video.